What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. I'm going to give you my prediction for match week 27 in the English Premier League. It's going to be a very big week in the English Premier League. Liverpool finally win a game in the English Premier League. It's feeling very good to see my team win. How are you feeling? What do you think about that win about Liverpool?
Yeah, very, very happy. It's been a long time coming. A few disappointing results of late, but I'm very pleased we got the win. You know, Sheffield United, granted they're in the relegation zone, but still you've got to beat what's in front of you. And given the injuries, I'm very happy we got the job done.
Yeah, definitely. I think Curtis Jones, man, he were the man. He performed very good in that game, and I'm super excited for him. I hope he can continue doing this
100%,
season. But
for
what
sure,
are your
man.
thoughts on the Liverpool versus Manchester City? The Manchester City versus Wolf. That's the first game we're going to predict.
Sure. What's my prediction? Well, I think most people would probably opt for a Man City win. I mean, their form is out of this world. To be fair, they're storming the league this season. I mean, you know, we're not happy about that. Obviously, I know who we'd rather be there. You know, United were probably their closest rivals throughout the season, pretty much for the title. You know, we were there earlier, but it looks like it's going to be City's. And do I think they'll beat Wolves? Yeah, probably 2-0.
Definitely. I think Manchester City is so excellent this season. They are so difficult to play against, and they're just beating every single team. If Liverpool cannot stop Manchester City, who going to stop them? Liverpool is the only team can give them a really fight, but they have a very tricky schedule against this Wolf team. Wolf have a lot of injury coming to this game, but the last time Wolf played Manchester City at the Etihad, Manchester City get the better of them. So I hope Wolf can get the better of them. But I think it's going to be too much, and I think Manchester City going to win this one by 2 goals to 1. It's going to be a very close game, like the game against West Ham. So I think City
Yeah.
going to win 2-1.
Now,
Let's
Wolves,
move
Wolves
on.
have got some good players. To be fair, I mean, you know, we've discussed a lot. I think Pedro Neto is incredible. He really is. I would take him at Liverpool any day of the week.
Definitely. But Pedro Neto, Liverpool, a lot of fans has been talking about Pedro Neto. He's a good player. So hope Liverpool can buy.
Say that again.
I hope Liverpool can buy him in the summer.
Oh, for sure, definitely, for sure.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Burnley versus Leicester City. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, Burnley coming off the back of a thumping by Spurs. They looked really poor in that game. Leicester obviously lost to Arsenal in their recent outing, so both teams will be wanting a win. Leicester also have some injuries, you know. You got to point that out. You know, Harvey Barnes, Maddison, Fofana, you know, key players. I think Burnley can get something here. I really do. I think if they perform like we know they can at the Turf Moor, I think they can get something, and that's very good for us. If Burnley get something against Leicester, we manage to get a result against Chelsea. That is big news for us. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw.
Definitely, I think Burnley lost to Tottenham Spurs very badly. It surprised me that Leicester City lost to Arsenal, because in match week 26 I predict Leicester City to get the better of Arsenal. But he has to give Arsenal a lot of credit. They deserve to win that game on Saturday. But coming to this game, Leicester City have a lot of injured, just like Liverpool. And I'm going to stick with you and go with a 1-1 draw too. I believe Burnley at home at Turf Moor is a difficult team to play against. And this Leicester City team is a must-win game for them, because Liverpool is coming, West Ham is coming for them. They cannot afford to lose a next game, 2 games in a row, especially Liverpool playing Leicester, Chelsea and Thursday. So I'm going with a 1-1. So next game we're going to give prediction. Sheffield United versus Aston Villa.
Well, I think it's a difficult one. I mean, I think Sheffield United, they had a few chances against us, to be fair, and if they were a bit more clinical, maybe they could have got something. Aston Villa, let me just have a look at their recent results. Aston Villa have been playing very well this season, to be fair, but I do know that Grealish is injured. They beat Leeds away recently, 1-0. Could Sheffield United get something? I think they probably can. I think it could be a 1-1 draw as well this game, to be honest.
Yeah. I think this is going to be very tough for Aston Villa. But I think Aston Villa away from home this season, something about Aston Villa where I like. They compact, they play very good away from home. So I am going to predict Aston Villa. I think Sheffield United play Liverpool very well. Excellent. I think Liverpool is just a cut above Southampton. Sheffield. I'm going to predict Aston Villa to win away from home. 2-1.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I mean, Aston Villa, just looking at the table right now, Aston Villa are, they're 4 points below us, but they've got 2 games in hand. Do you think they should be considered in the kind of mix, or do you think they'll kind of peter out at the end?
Well, I think Aston will have a very good team, but it's going to up to Jack Grealish if Jack Grealish can come back for the rest of the season. I don't know how long he's going to out for. He's a very important player for them, and if Aston Villa miss Grealish for the rest of the season, they're in the serious trouble. So yeah, we think we can consider them if they win this one. I'm going
Yeah,
to predict Aston Villa to win
no,
two
that's an
nil.
interesting one.
Next game we're going to predict is Crystal Palace versus Manchester United.
Palace versus United. Obviously, United will be looking to get back to winning ways after their draw against Chelsea. To me, I think United are pretty much guaranteed top four this season. I think they're out of the title definitely, which is unlucky for them because they were meant to be there, but they're not. Palace, they're not on the best run of form, to be honest. They're really not. I mean, yeah, they got the draw against Fulham, but they didn't look impressive at all. I am going to go for a 2-1 United win.
2-1 United. I think United. I don't know why fans think they have a chance, especially United fans, to challenge for the Premier League. They way off. I never consider Man United to win the Premier League or have a chance. I always think Liverpool and Manchester City is way better than them. It's United. They haven't beat a top six team this season.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I can't lie. I was very nervous about United winning the league. I definitely was. I mean, yeah, maybe they don't have the same squad depth as City, but they were putting a run together. It was an impressive run, and they were doing what we did last season. Remember when we weren't playing too well, we were just kind of like scraping a few victories. We managed to get last minute goals, just dug into the end, and that's what they were doing, which was, well, I thought it was a bit lucky, but you got to give the credit where it's due. But yeah, they got some poor results like a month ago or something like that. So yeah, they're definitely out of it now.
Definitely. And this game is a very tricky game. I think United was just having moment of the season. Like Bruno Fernandes always came up, Rashford, you know. I don't think they were consistent with like 3, 4, 5 players. Yeah, you talk about Liverpool last season. What Liverpool have, they have more than one goal scorer last season. United depend on 1 or 2 players to score goals. So it really kind of catch up with United, and they're going to play the Thursday, Sunday football. That put a lot of pressure on their team.
Yeah, for real. No, that's true. Um, you could make the argument, could we maybe still finish ahead of United? I mean, it would be difficult. We're currently 7 points off, but then, like you said, the Europa League could hurt them. The Thursday, Sundays. That's not the most like that's not the best combination. I can't lie. So maybe, but if we look at both squads, I think United. I mean, you look at their bench compared to our bench right now. I'd say it's a slightly bit better than ours. That's because of the injuries, of course. But yeah, they're definitely out of the title.
Definitely. So what's the score prediction for this one?
Yeah. So as I said, 2-1. I think United will. I think United will win it.
I think it's going to be a draw, 2-2 draw.
Really?
Yeah, 2-2.
I like that. That's bold.
Yeah, Palace at home always been doing good when they're up against a big team. when you look at the smaller team, they always play very well against a big team. And remember, Palace beat them earlier on at Old Trafford, so Palace will have a lot of confidence coming into this
Yeah,
game.
I think that Palace are really difficult to predict. Like if I'm just looking at their February results, I mean they drew to Fulham, they beat Brighton away, they lost to Burnley at home, then they lost to Leeds, but then they beat Newcastle away. I mean it's a difficult one. You don't know which Palace is going to show up. Just trying to think, do they have Zaha injured? Is he still playing? Is he fit?
I don't know if Sarah fit. Let us check the
I
last
don't think
game
he
they
played
played.
against Fulham.
No, he didn't play. Christian Benkeke and Anson Townsend and I play up top. I think
Yeah, so
he's still injured.
that's a big one. If Zaha is not fit, then Palace they don't offer much. In all
Yeah,
truth.
yeah, for true. But let's move on to the next game. West Brom versus Everton. What are your thoughts on Liverpool nice neighbor?
West Brom Everton. Well, Everton play Southampton, don't they, tonight?
Yeah,
Um,
tonight.
so they play Southampton, and then they've got West Brom away. Obviously, I would love a West Brom win against Everton. I'm telling you, like, yeah, Everton have been doing all right this season. I mean, they basically ruined our season back all that long ago. But West Brom, they've still got to push. They're in the relegation zone. They're not fully out of it, but the chances are slim. But they've got to push in this game. I think it depends on the result Everton get against Southampton because Everton haven't really been that consistent of late either. I mean, they beat us, but then they lost to Fulham before. They lost to Man City before. It's a tough one. I want to predict a draw. I really do. Or I'd love a West Brom win, but I think Everton could nick it. I think they could nick it 2-1. I really, I'd love to be wrong, and I really want to be wrong, but I am going to have to go for a 2-1 Everton win against West Brom.
Yeah, definitely. I think Everton away from home this season. Them and Villa, they are playing excellent away from home. But something about Everton home form, they're playing against a Southampton team. Nitty gritty Southampton team. Southampton is very good away from home this season. So that's going to be another tough game for Everton. But I am going to predict Everton to draw this game against Southampton, and also they're going to bounce back this weekend midweek game and defeat West Brom 2-1.
Yeah, no, they're big competitors this season for top four. I mean, just as much as we are. Obviously, we know where we want to be, and we know where Everton normally are. But you know, Ancelotti's done a decent job for them. It's not bad.
Definitely. Let's move on to the next game. Fulham versus Tottenham Spurs. What are your thoughts on Tottenham Spurs and Fulham?
Well, I think Tottenham will win that fairly comfortably. I mean, Fulham have a lot of good players in their team. And if you look at them in the table, yeah, they're in the relegation zone, but they're gonna fight for survival. They're gonna give 100% for every single game. And Fulham are getting a lot of draws these days. They're just not turning those draws into wins. But we saw when they played us, they have a lot of pace, they have a lot of skill. Um, they're quite an attacking team, to be fair. But I do think the Spurs players, they're getting into form. You've got that combination of Bale, Kane, Son. That is dangerous. Yeah, it's only been a few games since Bale's got back to kind of, I wouldn't say his best, but got back to good form. So, yeah, Tottenham, again, I wouldn't rule them out for top four. They're definitely in the mix. They're 4 points below us, but they have a game in hand. I do think Tottenham will win this game. I think they'll push as much as us for top four. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Spurs win.
I think Fulham earlier on this season, Fulham draw at Tottenham Spurs 1-1. And I think Fulham this season, something about them, they lose a lot of game, but in their last 10 game, if you look at the record, they has been fighting. They want to stay up in the English Premier League. And I think Tottenham Spurs is going to have it really, really difficult to play at this Fulham team. But going forward for Tottenham Spurs, you have the likes of Gareth Bale, Song, Harry Kane. That's a lot of firepower. And remember, Fulham do not keep a lot of clean sheet, but I think Tottenham will too much for this Fulham team going forward. I think I'm going to predict 3-1 Tottenham Spurs.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you know the quality Spurs have in the attack. I think Spurs fans will admit their defense needs a bit of sorting out. And Fulham could exploit that. They definitely could. But I think Spurs will be too much for them.
Yes, the last game we're going to predict Liverpool versus Chelsea. Sum up Liverpool and Chelsea for me.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all. Um, yeah, we got the result against Sheffield United, but this is a big game. I'll be sweating throughout the whole game. Um, we need a bit of Anfield magic. We really do. Every player needs to be on it. I'm a bit nervous regarding our defense. I don't know which duo Klopp's going to go for. For me, I know what I'd rather. I know I'd rather see Fabinho and Phillips at the back. I'm not going to lie. Out of the options available, I think that'd be the best duo. Um, yes, Kabak is young, but for me, he hasn't given me much confidence yet. Does he have a future at Liverpool? Potentially, but right now we need to be ruthless with our team. We need the best players to play, and I mean, all you need to do is look at Chelsea's attack, look at the players they have on their bench, look at the players they have starting. Yeah, they haven't necessarily been free flowing, but they could hurt you. So nothing more than I want is a Liverpool win. But in terms of prediction, I'm gonna have to go for a draw, to be honest. Kind of sitting on the fence a bit, but I do think it will be a bit. I do think it will be a tough game. A draw. We need a win, but yeah, I'm gonna go for a draw.
Well, in my opinion, I like what I see against Sheffield. I'm not going to build up my hopes back and say Liverpool is back. But what I see, the aggression, the fight, that's the team want to win against Sheffield. It was a pretty decent game by Liverpool. Curtis Jones, Mohamed Salah, Thiago, Gini, a few players play very well, but this Chelsea team win against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. That's going to give them a lot of confidence coming into
For
this game
sure.
at Anfield. But I really believe that Liverpool they has to win this game if they want to make the top four. This game it has to be 3 points. We have to bring back Chelsea
hundred
behind
percent.
closest to us, but it's going to be very tough. Chelsea have some very good player, Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, you have Giroud, you have Kante, Jorginho. They have some good player who can hurt this Liverpool team, but we at home, we at Anfield. We need to win this game. We haven't win at Anfield for a long time, and this is a must-win game for us. I am going to predict
It's been too
Liverpool to
long.
win 2-1. I
2-1
predict Liverpool
Liverpool.
to win 2-1. Yeah. I
Yeah,
predict Liverpool to draw against Sheffield, but I am going to predict Liverpool to win this one 2-1.
yeah. We need a performance for real. I mean, I think the players will be so motivated. It's a big game for both teams. Um, if it is a draw, I wouldn't say Chelsea or Liverpool out of the top four. I wouldn't say we're out of the top four. I'm not confident, but we just cannot lose. We really cannot lose the game.
Definitely, definitely. But guys, make sure you smash the like button if you're new. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And till next time, from my boy Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Don't go nowhere. Stay where you're at.